listen, some of the things that we do during hypnosis is we are utilizing the power of suggestion, and that's all we're doing. We're going to show you a suggestibility test in a second. It doesn't mean we're going to run off the stage and hypnotize you guys in your seat, although some of you might want that, but we're not going to do that. What we're going to do is just going to do another group participation suggestibility test. It doesn't prove whether you can or cannot be hypnotized, but it gives us a good idea as to which guys have a good personality that we could use for this show. And also, if you use your imagination and you're creative and receptive, it also helps us determine who would be a good star for the show tonight. So with that in mind, I'm going to hand over to my colleague David. Give David a round of applause. We're going to do a suggestibility test.
Just getting started. Going to have a lot of fun tonight. I want to share a couple things with you. Our thoughts become reality. If you think about it, our thoughts even cause physical changes in ourselves. So the example I'm going to run with you, or an exercise if you would like to call it, is I want everybody to put their hands together and clasp them together. And I want you to put them straight out in front of you. And I want you to separate your fingers by about 2 to 3 inches apart. And when I tell you to, not yet, but when I tell you to, I'm going to count from 1 to 3. And you're going to bring those hands up to your face so that those fingers are right in front of your eyes, all right? Not yet, but when I tell you to, when I count to 3, you're going to bring them up. And when you do, you're going to find that your fingers feel like magnets, pulling and tugging and pulling together. Imagine that. Imagine that in your mind, and your fingers will come together. I'm going to count from 1 to 3, and 1, 2, 3. Feel the tugging and pulling and tugging and pulling together. Feel the force. Feel the force. Look at that space. Focus on that space. Pulling and tugging and pulling and tugging. Coming together, coming together, coming together, and freeze. Okay, I noticed a couple of things. Some of you are out there just staring at your fingers and wondering, what am I looking at? I saw some of that, but a lot of you, I saw this. Wow. And you were amazed. That is just a simple example of your mind making something real. We all know there were no magnets on your fingers, but your mind thought it, and that's what made the physical change happen. Again, a small example of how hypnosis works. So we're going to move on with the show and show you in a much bigger way what it's like.
All right, give David a round of applause. Good job, well done, my friend. Now listen to some of the things